Moin Moin and welcome to Ralph's Photo Booth. Some of my YouTube viewers asked me if I could make a video of the Sony NEX-6 in English. So yes, here I am. I have again a Sony NEX-6, so I can make the video in English. In the standard kit on the NEX-6 there is a power zoom lens. Power zoom means you don't change the focal length by turning a ring, but there's a small piece here and it says tele and wide angle. So if you turn this button, you see you change the focal length by turning the button. So you don't have to turn a ring, but it's for a video. If you take a video, it's very nice because you can hold the camera very steady. You don't have to turn the ring to change the focal length. It's only you move your thumb and you see the focal length is changing, and the camera is quite steady. So it's nice for video. I mean, if you take only photos, it's not so important, because if you take only photos, you can turn the ring for changing the focal length, and that's very fast and easy. So you can decide by yourself whether you want the camera with a kit lens or another lens with a standard zoom. So on top of the camera we have the program dial. We have a second dial just under the program dial, you can see here, so you can turn the second dial. Then we have the flash, and if the flash comes out, you can move it a little bit back, so you can use the flash for indirect photography. So the flashlight goes not only direct to your motive, but you can go over the ceiling or a white piece of paper. So it's very nice to have an indirect flash. And then you have the shoe for the external flash. And just a second, I have to turn out this one. And as you see, it's a common flash shoe. It's not the one for the NEX-7, which one is the special flash shoe. But you see there are some small pins. So you could put accessory from Sony on the camera for using this specific connection. So and then on the back side of the camera, we have the electronic viewfinder. It has about 2 million dots, so it's a very clean and crisp picture you see there. It's almost like an optical viewfinder, not the same, but it comes very close to an optical viewfinder. Then we have the LCD screen, and the LCD screen, you can turn it like this, and you can turn it like this. So if you take pictures close to the bottom, it's very nice to have a view from on top of the camera, and you don't have to go down. You can hold the camera like this and then look into this on the screen. So then we have a dial here with a button in the middle. We have the replay button. We have the button for the exposure measurement, and we have a multifunctional button. Which function it has, it says the small logo or a sign here, so you know which function it has. It's the same on top here. This button usually is the menu button, but in certain situations it has a different function, so the text or the logo here says which function it has. The same is for these for the dial under the program dial. You see there's this, the sign says P. So if you turn the dial, you have the P shift, the program shift, and in other function like I can go to aperture. So if you go to aperture, you see it change here. You see there it's 11. aperture 11 or 22 or 5.6. So it's very nice because the camera says you which function the dial has. And then on top we have another function button you can set by yourself. I will show you later on how this will work. So first let's go to the menu. You see here the camera says menu, so if you press the button you will go to the menu. I think the Sony menu is a little bit difficult because it says camera, image size, brightness, color, playback, application setup. And for me, in my opinion, it's very difficult to know which function is in which category. So if you want to change a certain function, you have to know where it is. So if you go to the camera settings, it says the drive mode, flash mode, AFM, MF select from autofocus to manual focus, or DMF. That's in between manual focus and autofocus. Just go back to the menu, just a second. So then you have autofocus mode, single or continuous, object tracking you can use, zoom, face detection, face registration. You know the camera has a face registration, so it says directly which face you take. I don't know, I think it's like 10 faces. They have the smile shutter, LCD display. You can set the display with different settings. You see graphic display, big font size display. So that's very nice because you have the very good settings, and you can customize the display, also the Finder display, how you like it. The display button monitor you can change, and that's it. So these are the camera functions. You see there are only certain points in this menu, and you have to know which points are in the menu. Next point is the image size. You can change. I know it's a little bit bright here. You can change between 16:8 or 4 megapixel. Let's go up to 16 megapixel. You can change the ratio between 3:2 or 16:9, and you can change the quality from fine to standard and raw and fine. So for sure the camera 16 megapixel in resolution, APS-C sensor, for sure you can make raw pictures. So then you can change the image size. You can make a panorama picture, and you can change the direction for taking a panorama picture, because you can go like this, or you can go up, or you can turn the camera and make a panorama picture in this direction. The file format for video, you can change between AVCHD or MPEG-4. MPEG-4 is good for tablets and computers with not so much power, because AVCHD needs a lot of power if you want to cut the movies later on with a program. So that's very nice to if you can change between these settings. Okay, so then you have the size. So let's go up to AVCHD. So you see the camera goes up to 50p, 50 frames per second in full size. So that's very nice, because the picture quality so is very good, and you will have a real clear and nice video. So that's all the stuff in the picture size, so that's not a lot. Then we go to brightness and color. Yeah, we have an exposure compensation, ISO, white balance, metering mode, flash compensation. So yeah, all the stuff inside. For the picture creative style, you have like standard, vivid, portrait, landscape, sunset, black and white. These are all the settings for the picture. It's not a very long menu, so it's easy to learn and it's easy to understand what's all in there. Then we have the playback. In the playback, you can playback the movies and pictures. You can make a slideshow view on TV. You can print. You can make an index of the pictures. You can rotate the pictures. So these are all the stuff for viewing pictures and videos. Then we have the application menu, and the application menu, that's quite new. You can go to the application store of Sony, and there are some applications you can download on the camera. One of the applications which is on the camera when you buy it is the application Picture Effect. And in the Picture Effect you can change between retro and high key, low key, soft printing and stuff like this. So in the future the Sony will give you some more applications which you can put on the camera. I think it's very interesting. It's like the apps on the iPhone, a little bit like this. So then you have the smart remote control. There you can connect the camera to a mobile device like iPhone, iPad or something like this. And then you see the picture on the iPad and you can release the shutter and you can change the zoom if you have a power lens, and so it's like a shutter release with a remote control. It's very nice, so you can handle your camera from your desktop, and it's on a tripod, and I like it. It's very nice to have. So on the next point, in the application menu, we have the connection to the Play Memory Store, and where you can save your pictures and show your pictures for the community. It's like YouTube and Flickr, like this stuff. So and there we have the application management. As I said, there are in future some more applications you can download on the camera via the wireless LAN system. So, and the last point is the setup menu, and here we have all the I say hardcore stuff, no, but the rest of the functions, like red eye reducing. You can set up the change between the viewfinder and the LCD monitor. Now it's auto. You see, if I go just to the small sensor on the viewfinder, the camera change. Now I go to the LCD monitor, because when I explain the menus, for me it's much easier if it doesn't change. You have the live view display where you can say which effects should be shown on the display. Auto review, grid line, clear image zoom if you want an electronical zoom. I only use the optical zoom. Then we have the manual focus assistant. I show you how this works. Colorspace Steadyshot is the shake reduction system. Release without lens, front curtain shutter. High ISO noise reduction. If you go to high ISO, you can start the noise reduction. Lens compensation for shading and chromatic aberration. It depends on the lens if you can use it. So not with every lens you can use this. Auto slow shutter, movie audio recording. So if you want to make audio recording, wind noise reduction, autofocus for the micro menu starts. The movie button, that's very interesting because the movie button is there, and I have big hands, so it happens that I press the movie button and I don't want to make a movie. So you can change here if you want to set the movie button on or set it on off. So if it happens often that you start a movie, you can switch off the movie button. Custom key settings, here are all the keys or all the functions which you can define by yourself and make a setup for all the buttons. Then we go back, the beep, language, time, date, help guide, display, power save, LCD brightness, viewfinder brightness, display color. Yeah, so these are the most important settings of the camera are in the setup menu. You can change the folder name for the SD card and stuff like that. So these are the most important settings of the camera. And now I show you how you can change the settings. So if you go out of the menu, you see this is the usual display. If you press the display button, by the way, you can set up the different display views by yourself. So you can change it, or you can say I want to have only 1 or 2 display settings. So if I step through the display settings, through the different display settings, look like this. This is number 1. Then we have the one with the icons on the side. Then we have the one without the icons, only the main informations like ISO, aperture and shutter speed. Then we have the level meter. You see it's a 3D level meter. It goes in 3 directions. So and then we have the most important setting. That's the setting for the where you can very easy and very fast change the different settings of the camera. Because if you go in this view, just press the FN button here at the shutter release, and one point is lightened up, like here in this, the AF field is lightened up, and you can change very easy with the 4-wheel button which field you want to change. So if you want to change the autofocus mode, just go on the autofocus mode, press the button in the middle of the 4-wheel button, and then you can change to manual focus or stuff like you want. Just press again, just press the FN button and change the next setting. Like if you want to change here, you want to go to standard or want to go to raw mode, just turn the dial, press OK, and that's it. Again, FN button, and you can change the next things. Like if you want to change the ISO, just go here on the ISO, press OK, and then you can turn the dial and set the ISO up to 25,600. That's the highest ISO you can use at the NEX-7. So that's very easy, and it's very easy to change the different settings. Just press the display button and you're in the live view again. So it's a very nice and easy way to handle the different settings of the most important functions of the camera. So in the middle here you see the autofocus point. Here is the autofocus point. And you see on the bottom the camera says to move the autofocus point. So just press this button and you see the autofocus point is lightened up yellow. So and then move the autofocus point to a position where you like. Just press the OK button in the middle of the dial, and then if you click, you see, push the release button very slight, and you see the green field shows the autofocus works. So that's very easy to move the autofocus field all over the display at a certain position where you want. It's really easy, it's nice to handle. I like it very much because it's real nice, easy, and no hassle to set the autofocus point on every place on the display and on the motif where you want. So Let's go to the manual focus. So if you want to change to the manual focus, just go back to the menu, just press the FN button, and here we go to the manual focus. So, and back to the display. So if you are on the manual focus, you only if the manual focus help is on in the menu, just turn on the focus ring and you get the bigger picture and the magnification. So you see, here we are, and you can focus very perfect on the point. And if the magnification is not high enough, just a second. I just pressed this one. So if the magnification is not high enough, you see down there we have again where the sign says 9.6. Just press again, and it's too late, just a second, and press again, and oops, sorry for that, just a second please. So now we have it again. Just press again this button, and you see the magnification is real large, so you can focus very clear on the point. It's very easy, and for sure you can move the focus point on a position where you want. You see there the small yellow field turns in the direction where I push the forward button. So the manual focus thing is very easy, and it's very perfect because you can magnify it very large, and you go really perfect on the point with the manual focus. Another thing is, if you don't want to go in the menu I showed you before to change the settings, you can just push the FN button. Here we have the FN button, and if you push the FN button, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different settings you can change. You can customize these settings by yourself, so you can customize which of the 6 settings you want. You can put like ISO or something else in this settings. So it's very easy to customize the FN button. So the most important settings you can put on the FN button and change it very easy, like going through, push the button, the OK button, and then you can change the different settings. Show you again. I go like this. Then you say only turn the wheel, and here we are for the different settings. So it's very easy to change. Just go to the next point, turn the dial, and you see we have the different different metering modes. So very easy to handle, very fast, and as I said, you can change the six settings by yourself. Okay, another thing is we have the ISO. Just press it, turn the dial, and here we are. You change the ISO. Go down, press the 4-wheel button, the down button, and we have the exposure correction. Very easy. Just go in the middle, and we have the drive mode from single to serial mode. So very easy to handle and very fast to change the most important settings: ISO correction and drive mode. And then you can go up to the function button and give them 6 other settings. So you can change all the settings very fast if you use the camera. Okay, here we are. On top of the camera, as I said, you have the program dial. It says the usual program automatic. Then it goes to the aperture, shutter speed, manual. If you go to manual, you see here the display says aperture value. So if you turn this dial, you see the aperture value here. The aperture value changed, and the camera says on this dial it's like a sprinter, sport, and a standing person. So This means it goes from fast to slow shutter speed. So as you see here, the shutter speed is changed from fast to slow. So easy to handle, easy to understand. Next setting, that's the panorama mode. So you can make a panorama by just moving the camera from left to right or right to left. That's what you can change in the menu. Next point is the scene mode. Here you can change the different scene modes, and again just press the oh no, sorry, just one more. Just press the which button should I press now? Just a second. Oh, here, scene mode. There's the help. This says scene, so just turn the dial under the program dial, and you see here with the small logo for portrait and for moon and for portrait, for sunset, for sport, and for macro and landscape. So again, this gives you the help. That's the dial you have to turn. Yeah, and then we have the two settings for the intelligent auto mode and the second intelligent auto mode. So these are the two auto modes where you can change some different things. You see in the second auto mode, if you go down, you can change defocus, brightness, and stuff like this. So the second intelligent auto mode with the small plus sign says that there are different settings you can change by yourself. In the normal intelligent mode, this one, there are not so many settings you can change, and the camera makes a little bit more by herself. Yeah, so these are the most important things for the NEX-7. It's a real nice camera. It's small, it's very handy, it's very good in the hand, and the only thing I miss is a touchscreen. I like the touchscreen very much. Okay, there's a turnable screen, so that's a very good help. But I would like to have a touchscreen for focusing and for going through the menus. The Sony menus would be very good to work on a touchscreen, but unfortunately we don't have a touchscreen, so you have to go through with the four-wheel dial or four-wheel dials and the dials on top of the camera. Yeah, that's all of the Sony NEX-7. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope it helped you a little bit to understand and the camera and take nice pictures. So come back again on my YouTube channel. You will see some more videos in English too, and go on my internet site www.Foto-Bude.de. Unfortunately only in German, but maybe you have a look. So come back again, and bye bye.